what's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This your girl. You already know who it is. You already know what the vibes is. So I'm coming on. This video today is I did a Q&A, and I left it on my community tab. I really didn't get no questions on my community tab on YouTube. I don't know what people was thinking. It says leave your questions down below. It says leave your questions down below, but they was doing the likes and emojis and all that. Okay, good, fine. I'm glad you're like me. I could take that. So, but I did get a lot of response on my IG, on my Facebook. I got the most. I got like, I think I want to say like one or two off of Twitter, and I got a bunch off of Snapchat. So yeah, so I just want to thank you guys in advance for that. So I didn't do all of them. Maybe I'll do a part two. So I put them in I wrote the questions down that everybody asked, and I put them inside the little bag, and I'm gonna shake it up because this is gonna be our little story time. So before I start, let me show y'all what somebody asked me like, what do I use for as my makeup. So I have a couple of palettes, but this is like one of my main ones that I use, which is this, and you see it has all the colors, the bright colors. But I have a bigger one. It's kind of big. It has the drawers and everything that pulls out. That one is more than just a palette. It has eyeshadow, concealer, lipstick, like for the lip gloss, foundation. It has like everything. The different brushes. It came with everything. So yeah. So with we not gonna I'm not gonna keep prolonging with y'all. And brushes, I think everybody have brushes, especially females. If you doing your makeup and stuff like that, or you into doing that, I mean, they're not expensive. You do have a lot that is expensive, but I just feel like you should invest in a couple of, get more than one set, because they do, you do have to take care of them. They do get dirty. You do gotta wash them, and then I feel like if you have one set, then you wash it, because it takes time for them like to dry, because of the the brush, they're thick and stuff. So then that means you will have to literally wait in order to, if you're a person that, me, I don't use makeup. I basically only use makeup when I go out. Like if I'm going out or something like that, then yeah. But other than that, I don't even wear makeup. Like before I used to, but now I don't. So yeah. So like I said, I have like hold on. Like far as my makeup, I have like a bunch of different brushes, and I try to keep a lot, because like I said, you just don't know. Like you need them. I'm trying to reach it. I have a makeup drawer, that's why. But like I said, I don't wear makeup like I used to, because I don't go out. Especially now, I definitely don't go out with everything that's going on, baby. So this is another one of mine. You can see I usually got makeup all on the thing. I kind of broke some of the brushes in there. Some of them, yeah. See, that's a broke one that just fell, which I don't use any. See, I don't even have that many in there, because I kind of, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so So I'm going to get into the first question, and then while I'm talking to you, I'm going to be applying. So y'all can see that I'm not cheating. These are actually questions that people did ask me. So here we go. First question. First question. Okay. First question. Really? I think this is a good question though, because it starts off the video and kind of introduce who I am. So the first question says, where do you live? Me? None of your business. Nah, just joking, just joking, just joking, just joking. I live in New York City. I live in New York City and Manhattan. New York City, Manhattan. And in Manhattan, like throughout the years, they kind of broke Manhattan up. It's still considered Manhattan is one borough. Is only one borough, which is Manhattan. I mean, New York City has 5 boroughs, but Manhattan is one borough. And I live in Manhattan, but I live uptown in Manhattan, which we consider is called Harlem. So I live in Harlem. So when somebody asks me, where you live at, I go Harlem, New York. And they be like, oh, okay, yeah, Harlem. But people think that it's a whole different, like a whole different thing, but it's not. It's still Manhattan. It's just a different area of Manhattan. So yeah, so that's where I live at. All right. Hope that answered your question. Next question. Next question. I had to read them. Okay, next question. It says, I wasn't ready for this one. This is a little too early in the game. It says, have you ever had a one-night stand? Have you ever had a one-night stand? Yes. To answer that question, yes. I think everybody have. Yeah. So to answer that question, that's a yes. That's a yes. Next question. I'm already like, I don't know. I don't know. So the next question is, OMG, OMG, OMG. I'm going to need some music in the background for some of these questions. Oh my God. So the next question is, it says, have you ever been to jail? So for me, I guess it depends on what you mean by been to jail. I have been to the precinct. Like, I haven't been arrested where I did any jail time. No. But I have been to the precinct where things happen, and you know how they take you into the precinct and things like that. So far as that, yes. But far as me being, I guess, in jail, like doing time and anything like that, that's a no for me. So I guess that would, I don't know, should that could be considered jail or not? I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comment, because I don't know. Like I said, as far as I know, no. So that's a no for me. Next question. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Some of these questions, and they sticking together. So the next question is, let's see. Oh man, it's sticking together. Uh-oh. I mean, this question wasn't meant to be asked, because it's sticking. That means it wasn't meant to be asked. All right, I got it open. Next question. Have you ever been married before? Yes. The answer to that question is yes. And I am still married. I am a widow. I am a widow. My husband is deceased. So I am a widow. Yeah, so that's a yeah. So that's a that's a yes. I've been married before. So yes, I've been married before, guys. Yes. That's a yes for me. So yes, I've been married before. Okay, next question, next question, next question. Next question is, what kind of work do you do? So I'm gonna assume that this got to be one of the questions that came from Snapchat. Even though I post basically the same, almost the same videos I post on my IG, and a lot of them come from my Snapchat to my IG. That means you ain't paying attention. But anyway, as my little niece would say, anywho, I work for Board of Election out here in the city of New York. And, okay, I work for Board of Election out here in the city of New York. I'm an administrative assistant, and I work in the absentee department. For those who don't know what absentee department is, after this presidential election, everybody should know what absentee department is. Absentee department is the department that deals with the mailing when you vote by mail. So yes. So yes, I vote. Yeah. So yeah, guys. So that's that question. So I hope that answered your questions. And for those who didn't, that wanted to ask, I hope this help y'all as well get to know who I am. Next question is, it says, do you have any brothers or sisters? So do I have any siblings? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes, I do, guys. Yes. So yes, I do have brothers and sisters. Yes, I do. Next question, next question, next question. Drum roll. Da, 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 da. Boom, boom, boom. Da, da, da. Oh, Lord, this is a big one, so this got to be. It was two, that was a two question parted. Let me see. Okay, so next question. Okay, next question, next question. It says, do you have a crush on someone? And if yes, who is it? Do I have a crush on somebody? 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 Guys, to be honest, y'all probably think I'm lying, like right now. I can't think of nobody that I have a crush on at the moment, like right now, right now. Not even none of the not even none of the super, like a superstar or a famous person. Like, I really don't. Y'all probably think I'm just saying it to be saying it. I really don't. If I do, I can't think of it. So that mean, if you can't like say it like right then and there, then that mean that's a strong no. To me, that's a strong no. I don't know about you guys, but that's a strong no. That's a strong no. And in the past, of course, of course, I can. My last crush was, oh my God. Only a few people probably know who it is. I know my sister knows it. Oh my God, I had the biggest crush on him. It was the biggest crush. Like, oh my God, like it was. You know, when you, as a person, like you like it was took me back to like a childhood, like teenage days where you had the googly eyes and the and everything, and yeah. Yeah, it took me back. It took me back to that, guys. Like, I mean, the real googly eyes and things like that. Like, yeah, guys. Like, I really did. Biggest crush. I'm not gonna say the person name because hopefully the person. Hopefully they watch. So I don't want to say it and then. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I did. Oh my God, I had the biggest crush. Yes, yes, guys, I had the biggest crush on somebody, and I mean, it was like I said, it was just like, you know how like when you were a kid, when it's like that dreamy, you had like the dreamy eyes, that puppy eyes for that person. That's how it was, guys. Mhm. That's how it was. I promise you, that's how it was. That's how it was, guys. Like, oh my God. I had the biggest crush on that person. I know, I mean, like I said, I know we all did, so. Like, I know we all did. Next question, we're going to move on. We're going to just move right along, right along, right along. We're going to jump from out of there. We still got a few more. Okay, let me grab this one. Okay, hold up, that's two. So we're going to take this one. We're going to take this one. So this one is... Oh, okay. Are you single? Are you single? Hey, are you single? Are you single? Am I single, guys? Am I single? Am I single? Y'all tell me, am I single? I just told you that my husband is deceased. Even though you didn't ask that question, but even though he's deceased, and before he even passed away, we had already separated, so we wasn't together anyway. So yeah, I know. Yeah, we wasn't together anyway, so that is, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So, am I single? Am I single? Drum roll, drum roll. Am I single? That's like a yes and a no. And I know you're probably like, how that's a yes and a no. It's a no, because I am, and I know everybody know, you see the ring. I did get engaged, and we all together, but I don't know. I'm just waiting to see. So no, I'm gonna say no. I'm not single. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna just roll with that. No, I'm not single, but I guess I'm gonna put it in. I'm in an open relationship for right now. Is that any better? So we're gonna leave it like that. Yep, an open relationship. Because right now, it's a long story, and to get into all of that is just a little too much, bro. Just a little too much. Yeah, it's a little too much. If you really want to know and go into more details and want to know more, free to ask. My inbox is always open. Always open. So, now that we got that out the way, next question is, damn, these should sure work good when you ain't using them at work. I use like the sticky note pass, whatever. God damn. Okay, the next question is, again, there's got to be somebody that don't watch my content, don't watch my videos. They just got to be my friends on Snapchat or IG, where I post like little short messages and things like that. So the question is, why did you have weight loss surgery? So the question is, why did I have my weight loss surgery? Why did I have my weight loss surgery? Okay, to go back with this weight loss surgery, I'm going to take this back to probably like about maybe 15 years back. We're going to take it about 15 years back. I was supposed to have the weight loss surgery, and back then I'm not supposed to have the weight loss surgery. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for my other phone, and I think I dropped it. Yeah, I did. So I was supposed to have the weight loss surgery about 15 years back, right? Sorry, guys, for all the movement, but y'all can still hear me. So I was supposed to have the surgery about 15 years back. I didn't have it because I let a lot of people talk me out of it, and then like made me feel like I would say like scared, like, oh, don't have the surgery because you had the surgery, you might not make it. And I don't know, a lot of y'all don't know, like back then a lot of people were dying from the weight loss surgery. And I guess that was because it was still new. They didn't have like a lot of research that they do now. And yeah, they didn't have a lot of research like they do now. And a lot of people was doing it, and I guess, I don't know. So, long story short, they talked me out of it. I didn't do it, and I wish I would have done it, because now that I have had the surgery, it's so many different things that I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's so many different things that I'm able to do that I wasn't able to do in years. And I just feel like I wasted a lot of time by not having it when I should have had it. And that's all because I let people scare me out of it. And what led me up to having it this time was my health. Even though it was health back then, but I think if I'd have had it then, I wouldn't have got to this far a point with my health. But it was all about health. Like, my health was like it wasn't getting better. It was getting worse. It was like I had high blood pressure for a long time. So the pressure was getting to the point where it was getting out of control. And we couldn't, and it was like hard to get it under control. It was hard to get it under control. And it was hard to get under control. And then I wasn't diabetic, but I was, as they call it, the borderline. So when you at the borderline, you might as well say you almost diabetic, basically. So, like I said, I wasn't diabetic, but I was at the borderline of it. And with me being at the borderline of it, that was a scary thing too. And then to top it off, my cholesterol went up. I ended up with high cholesterol. So it was like, one, fighting with the high blood pressure, then now fighting with the cholesterol, and now I gotta worry and be scared about to be diabetic. They, have diabetes or whatever. So it's like, oh my God. Now what do I do? I looked into it, did my research. And yeah, after I did my research, I found, I started seeing like a lot of good things that come out of it. Is that it wasn't always about the bad things or whatever. Because like I said, like in the past, people made it seem like it was like the worst, like it was the worst thing to do in life. Which, I mean, I'm not going to say for a person to just go out there and do it, no, but that's what made me have the surgery. It was for better health, better life, longer life. So that's what that's about. So I hope that answered your question. If not, I have videos about it where I talked about it. So you can always go back and watch some of those videos. Or you can always ask me again if any other question that you need to know or you want to know. Yeah, I just dropping stuff all over the place. That's because I'm trying to. Let me get it together, okay? Let me get it together. Next question, right? Next question. Do you smoke or drink? Do you smoke or drink? Do I smoke or drink? Do I smoke or drink? Yes, I do drink. I drink wine. I don't drink hard liquor. I drink wine. Smoke. I don't smoke. I wanted the most that I do is you'll see me with my hookah. I do my hookah. So yes, I do do that. But as far as everything else, no. No, I don't smoke, and I don't. Yeah. So that's a no for me. Yeah, that's a hard no. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with it. I don't judge nobody because I used to. But I just don't now, but I used to. So, yeah, I used to. So, yeah, I used to, but no. And I used to even drink, I used to drink like dog liquor, like hard dark liquor. Like that hard dark liquor. But like Hennessy and all that, no, I don't drink. Since I had the surgery, I don't drink hard like that. Yeah. Because actually, your alcohol tolerance is extra high. Like it's extremely high. It's different from it's different from, like, say if I like this one glass that I'm drinking it's really like 2 glasses. My one glass is like 2 or 3 glasses to your one glass. If that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, so that's how that goes. But that's about it for us me for the drinking. So that's what I asked. Yeah. Okay. So next question. Y'all see I'm still digging. I think it's 2 more, 1 or 2 more. So the next question is, it says, it's a two-parted question. It says, why did you start a YouTube? It says, why did you start a YouTube channel? And what made you decide to do your content? Okay, so what made me start my channel was, I think we all had like a YouTube. I think everybody got like a YouTube channel, right? And for me, what made me I had my channel like, I want to say I had it like a couple of years. Like I had it for a couple of years, guys. Like I had my channel for a couple of years, and I think I had it for a couple of years, but what really made me go even more harder on it was I think it was the fact that, I don't know if everybody is familiar with the I don't know if y'all familiar with the Kanika Jenkins case, the young lady who got killed in Chicago, I think in 2017. It was a young girl named Kanika Jenkins who had got killed back in 2017 at a hotel in Chicago. They was at a birthday thing in a hotel. Cause I guess like in other places, that's how your people's, that's how they celebrate, like in the hotels and things like that. Like that's how they turn up, like in a hotel, and that's how I started my channel. Like off of that. Yeah, I started my channel from behind that, because I was following the case. Yeah, I was following the case. Yeah, I was following her case. So that's how I had the channel, guys. From watching from watching other YouTubers that was working on the case, trying to crack the case, and then like I said, I was still doing like I was after I had my surgery, I started posting up like videos when I was going to the gym, because I wanted to be able to like keep track and be able to have, you know, things, you know, the look back at my journey, at my that was transformation. So I wanted to be able to, like I said, to be able to go back and look at those type of things. So you know, so that's how, yeah. So that's how I came about, like with my channel. And then like I said, I was doing a little bit of videos, but they was just like little short clips that I would do. And I'll put on, you know, on my channel. But it wasn't for like people to watch and things like that. I wasn't doing it for that. Like, oh, I want to put it on here because I want somebody to watch my video. I didn't care if anybody seen it, because at the time, I think when I was doing that, I just had like a couple of people that I followed, and they followed me back then when I was doing the case, because you know, days ago live, we used to be on the live and things like that. So yeah, so we, you know, that's how I got you know, with them. And then like I said, the what is that? So I was posting a couple of videos. Then when we got into quarantine, it was nothing to do, nowhere to go. So I was really stuck, like stuck in the, you know, we were always stuck in the house, nothing to do. So I started like posting like almost every day on my channel, because I would go out, like in the hallway or whatever. Because remember, we couldn't go nowhere, so I would just go out. Like I would just go out in the hallway and just work out. Like just like work out hard. Like hard, guys. I promise you, like I would just go out and work like super hard. And then one day, I don't know, I had ordered this Nike set. It was the Nike sports bra, the Nike leggings. And I already have a bunch of Nikes. I had the Nikes, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is it. And I think I just decided to use that. Oh yeah, and I just decided to, like, you know what, I'm going to use that or whatever. And I'm going to do a video. And I did the video, and the video was called Nike Holla at Your Girl. And right now, I think that's like my most popular video that I have right now. That's like, yeah, that's like my most popular video that I have right now. Yeah, and like I said, it's called Nike Holla at Your Girl. And when I started seeing that, and I just started seeing my numbers start going up. I started off, guys, with like 35 or some subscribers, and then I started seeing my numbers and things, you know, like the friends, you know, started going up, you know. And I think when we all like that, when you seeing the change in your numbers, it's like, oh wow, you know, you kind of get a little excited. And then that's when you feel like, well, like, you know, like, oh yeah, like I can do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh yeah, I can do that. And that's how, yeah, and that's how that became. So it was just like, okay. So I was like, yeah. So that's how, yeah, so that's how that happened. And yeah, so that's how that happened. It was just like, okay, I'm cool with it. Like I was cool with it. So that's how I got that. That's how I started that, I should say. Yeah. So we're going to go to the next question. The next question is, guys, let's see. It says, do you work for a living, or you only do YouTube? Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Do I work for a living, or do I only do YouTube? Do I work for a living? I only do YouTube. Guys, I work for a living. Like I said a little while ago, I just stated, I work for Board of Election. I am administrative assistant. Yeah, and I work for Board of Election. I'm administrative assistant. Yeah, guys. Like I said, I work for Board of Election. I'm administrative assistant. And I've been working on my job since 2001. Yeah, so I've been working on my job since 2001. I can't wait to retire. So yeah, guys. All right, guys. So this is the end of my Q&A. Sorry about the interruption. You know, every time I seem to be doing the video, somebody always call. So in the midst of the call, I just went on and finished up. So I hope my Q&A, I hope it answered a lot of you guys' questions. And yeah. So it will be a part 2 to this Q&A. Will be a part 2. And yeah, guys. It will be a part 2. So I went on and finished up. Leave your comments down below if my if you learned a little bit about me from some questions that other people asked that you didn't ask, or you might have wanted to ask, or if you have other questions that you want to ask, you can ask me. So yeah, guys, so you can do that, and let me know, what do you think of the look. You know, I used to like I said, I used to be a party girl. I even before the C19 and all that, I stopped going out. I stopped going out, but I always was into my fashion and all that. And so yeah, guys, tell me what you think. This is the color is purple, and for those that don't know, this is one of my favorite colors. Yeah. So I just have to play with it a little bit more to get it to how I like it or whatever. Excuse me, guys. So yeah, I just got to get it to my liking, whatever. But like I said, this was one of my colors, and yeah, I do my own eyelashes. Do my own eyelashes, everything. So yeah, guys. Sorry about that. I thought I never turned the notification back off after I got off the phone. But yeah, guys, so this is the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. Thank everyone who submitted their questions, and I hope that I answered them. I tried to answer them as honest and truthful as possible. So with that being said, guys, thank y'all for watching. And yes, it's Wednesday. What else can we do, guys? We halfway there. Hump day. Hump day. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Wednesday. We made it. We made it halfway through the week. Halfway, guys. We halfway there. Everybody stay safe, stay blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed to your girl channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's free. It don't cost you a dime. It don't cost you anything. All it costs you is to get to look at, ooh-la, this beautiful face. Anyway, guys, let me stop. But yes, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And your girl will be back at you with another video. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay blessed. It's Wednesday. Keep positive, and just know your girl love you. Later, guys.